And welcome everyone from Berlin, Germany. We're here in the level building, the world of gaming, and I'm a race guy, and I'm very happy to be not alone here. I got Frost with me. Welcome.
I love how you opened up. You're like, I'm the race guy. I'm the actual expert here with 20 years of experience. And then I have this esports person next to me. Hi, Indiana Frost Green Black, League of Legends commentator. If you don't know League of Legends, then I don't know what you're doing on Twitch chat, but that's fine. I'm the esports background, and Ollie next to me. Your resume is exceptionally long. It's like 20 years of motorsports racing, and that preview that we just saw are RC cars, so you are vastly overqualified. You're like, someone came in to be a science teacher as the interview, and you're like, I'm a rocket scientist.
Come on, I'm not. I'm just talking about racing. I'm involved in into Formula 1, Formula 3, the Porsche Super Cup, Le Mans 24, and Formula E, but I'm a dinosaur. So when I was growing up, I had some C64 and some remote control cars, but what we have here is stuff for you, for all the new guys trying to combine both worlds.
See, I never had the RC car, but I do own a Roomba, and I can get that guy going pretty fast. Although I also have a very small apartment, and I lost my Roomba for about 6 hours in the apartment. I still don't know how it happened. Can you imagine?
No.
And that's all I think of it when I see those guys. I'm like, I guess we just strapped an RC motor to a Roomba, and now we're going to race him around a track.
Yes, and the racetrack is not here in Germany, it's in Los Angeles, and all our contenders are in Los Angeles, but no, not in Los Angeles, in North America as well.
Yeah, spread out all over. It's a very eclectic mix for DOS Race. As eclectic as this combo is, our competitors are just as eclectic. We have drag queens, gamers, models, everyone from every kind of walk of life.
Combined in this very funny thing, and I'm very excited to see what's going on today.
I feel like it's one of those things where you're kind of flipping through the channels. I'm a big Ninja Warrior fan. I love weird game shows where it's just hyper competitive over ridiculous things. So I see people racing cars at 25 miles an hour. I'm like, yes, let's see who wins.
That's gonna be hell of fun. I think it's always in racing. It's always about the first corner. So I think we have to take a very special look at that. So how about taking a look at the track?
The track itself are kind of what we're doing. So how DOS Race works is it's 12 contestants in total. There's 2 different groups, 6 people in every single group. Now, the race itself is 6 laps, and the top 3 of each group will move on into the finals.
And we have some gadgets. We got chevrons, we got power-ups, we got shortcuts on the track, which is not very usual in normal motorsport racing.
Well, essentially, we just... Twitch chat, I got the download for you. You just have to think about this as any racing game that you've ever played. There's going to be power-ups. Now, the 3 different power-ups are you have a boost, you have a slowdown, and you have a dizzy. You can probably figure out what all 3 of those mean. There are also chevrons, as Ollie was talking about, boosts over the course. You drive over them, you go faster. Because these are RC cars, we can flip them. We can drive them into walls. You can start pushing people. This is not a gentleman's game or it's a handshake and you're just trying to go as fast as possible. This is about carnage. Well, essentially, we just made a video game in real life. How much better would F1 racing be, though, if you could make the cars go even faster, though?
Tons. Galaxies better.
Sin is like, I waited my whole life for that single boost. Yeah, I got that joke.
People control their cars via the internet, so they're connected to the track in Los Angeles, and they use some normal controllers they have.
Yeah, they're using PS4 and Xbox controllers, so if you see someone just kind of, I don't know, slide out, it's probably a PS4 controller losing its battery, as usual.
So plug to the web interface, see the car in the first-person perspective, and then let's go racing.
That is a very key thing. We're no third-party perspective right now. This is first person. It's a full simulated experience, guys. So again, Group A will have 1 race. Group B will have another race. Top 3 from either group will compete in the finals, and that is how we crown our winner.
So it's 2 qualifying races and 1 final.
Technical language.
In motorsport, we would tell it like that.
I can use jargon as well, yes, and we will fight for the pole position in the qualifying lap for how fast...
Yeah,
I was close, wasn't I?
How would you do it on the esport stuff?
My game's very different from this. I would be like, we'd use a terrible format, best of ones. Everyone hates it. I'm actually
everyone.
just
That's why
enraging Twitch chat
so
right
many
now.
people stick to it. And now we take a look at the track. It's 5 corners of pure racing in Los Angeles. Here we go over the start-finish line, and then the drivers have to decide whether they go right or left.
Now, a reminder, as Ollie just said, it is 5 corners in total, so a relatively simplistic track. These cars are going up to 25 miles an hour. This is the very first turn. You can see the tunnel in front of you, or an S-curve. Now, you may be thinking, tunnel, straight, fastest point, straight line. Tunnel is very narrow. Do not be fooled. These cars are hard to control.
And you have a corner in the narrow line through the tunnel. Here we go. See the mirror tunnel. Very nice. And then we have the first very big corner after the tunnel, or the alternative route outside.
Nice thing about taking the S-curve is you can see right there, we're about to go over the power-up. As soon as those are activated on lap 4 through 6, they can give you things such as boost, dizzy, and slow down into our first real turn.
That's 100 degrees of a hairpin corner with a very wide on the outside line, but then it's going to be twisty and narrow again.
Sets you up really nicely. Those white chevrons that you can see, that's your boost. As you go over them, your car goes faster. Now here's our first shortcut.
That's corner number 3, or you can shortcut it through the one we've seen. Frog's already told. That's the 3rd shortcut, and this is the penultimate corner.
The spark notes for this is that there are 2 shortcuts on this course, and it determines if you cut corner number 3 or corner number 4. Now that said, there's advantages to taking either, so maybe the racers are feeling frisky, maybe they pick their line the first time around and refuse to change.
And that's the last corner, named göt2b, and when their drivers are through, it's their way to the finish line.
That beautiful final setup. And Ollie, I believe when we were talking about the race course beforehand, you're like, you would want to really set up for a nice line to get to take this corner on.
And this is Das Race and its famous racetrack in Los Angeles.
Is it famous now?
I think we're gonna make it famous. But we got some contenders, and I think they are famous already. Let's take a look.
Hey, my name is Mike LaBelle, and I come from a background as a professional FIFA player, now more so involved with live streaming, content creation, and doing a lot of presenting and hosting for the esports scene regarding competitive FIFA. I'm expecting some crashes, I'm expecting some wrong turns, I'm expecting some back and forth, and I want a top 3 finish. That's what it's all about. I want to move into the finals. This is going to be a warm-up game here, top 3 finish. We go into the finals, we figure it out. If we know that there's an early favorite, which in our group, Josh over here has the steering wheel. Well, I just said, like, if I could beat Josh, it would make me feel good about myself. And I know Mark. So if I don't beat Mark, then I got to hear about it. He lives in New York. I live in New York. I see him from time to time. I'm not usually that happy when I bump into him. It's not that good of an interaction. So this gives us bragging rights that continues on until the next time we race these cars.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? My name is Mark, Draftneck Mark on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I talk about baseball. I'm just obsessed with the sport. So every single day, I dedicate my life to talking about it, and I can't get enough of it. So as a competitor, like, I don't play baseball anymore, but when I did play, all I cared about was winning. So if I don't come out as the champion today in the first ever race, I'm gonna have problems. Yeah, so me and Mike, we go back a long time, and we're both in New York, so it's kind of like the battle in New York. If I'm not going to win at all, I at least need to beat Mike. Otherwise, I know for sure I'm not going to hear the end of it, and that's just not acceptable with me.
Well, my name's Sal. I go by Kickstradamus or Kicks. I'm based out of Long Beach, California, and, I paint kicks for a living. I know some of these guys, they game professionally, but I'm not scared of that, I get a little racing in here on my end, so I'm gonna beat Mike, man. Mike was talking a lot of trash earlier about his shoe game and his pop a shot and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So I got to beat Mike, but yeah, boost. I'm gonna need boost, man, because I don't know if I could do it without the boost. I'm gonna need that boost.
My name is Patty Mace. I play video games for a living, basically. I've been doing it for about 5 years now. I do love cars. My main game is car soccer, though, so I don't know how that's going to translate, but it should be fun. Don't let the jersey fool you. Don't let the G2 chair fool you. I am a content creator, so I'm definitely an entertainer. I think a lot of people are going to end up facing the wrong way. I think, but I'm really excited for this. I mean, it's such a unique experience. I've never heard of anything like this before. I had the privilege of racing a McLaren around a racetrack before. Some of that experience might pay off, might not. We'll have to see.
My name is Blue. I'm a painter, artist, working a lot of fields, but mostly visual art, paint. Definitely expecting to come in top 2. I don't play anything to lose. Of course, I got to shoot for the pro, Phantom. I hope I can at least beat him. If he's in front, I'm definitely willing to sabotage my place for the whole race. And I also want to beat Kickstradamus just based on the shoe guys, art guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be like water. If I have to be aggressive, I'll be aggressive. If there's a big lead, I definitely want to be out front early though.
Hi, my name is Sophia Heidema. I'm a recent psychology graduate and model from Michigan. I'm currently based out of Chicago. I have pretty much no gaming history. I'm just here to have a good time, so I'm excited. I'm kind of a button masher, so that might be my strategy for this. Just, go for it and see what happens. No one in particular, I just really don't want to get last place, so shooting for anything but last.
Sophia, honey, come on. Like, the guys came out swinging here. You're like, Chi-Town. I'm like, okay, represent Chicago. She's like, I'm going to try not to get last. I'll be aggressive. I'm like, just go for it. And Mike also talking a lot of trash. Like, he plays FIFA. He bought the same game 50 times. You don't get to talk that much trash.
But I think he has not that many fans. A lot of guys want to beat him.
Reminder, Twitch chat, put your Pepe hands down. It is wager time. Get those tokens. Who's going to come in first? Who's going to come in second? Who will come in last? Who's going to flip the car first? Who's going to crash it first? Top racers, 12 of you guys, if you win, will be invited to our community showdown. So get the wagers in now. Okay, yeah, and now I'm like, so there's going to be different strategies here. Everyone wants to get out in front. Everyone thinks that, obviously, confidence very high. Everyone's like, everyone's going to crash. We can do this. But then what if they team up? What if they decide that they just want to, like, take Mike, put him to the back, and then suddenly New York out of the picture?
And then we have Blue the Great, who's going to be like water, doing everything all the others do. If they hit, he's going to hit back.
What would be your strategy? So if Blue's like, I'm here to be fluid, I'm going to see what's on the field before me, like as a motorsports professional, what do you think is the best tactic? Are you more like a Mike? Are you like a Sophia? Are you a Blue?
I think we've heard it already from Mark and Mike that Phantom Ace Josh has some special controller. So maybe that would be an advantage.
Yeah, you can either do a PlayStation controller, Xbox controller that you'd use on like what we call the Simcade games, or you can do like a Logitech wheels, kind of like the entry model one where you're actually like sitting up, clip it to the desk. Depending on how wobbly your desk is, you can get some real nice feedback.
That's right, and how wobbly the car is, you get some real car steering.
Hit a pothole, go off. No, I think, personally, I'm going to be very, very frank. I think Group A, stacked. You got a lot of gamers here. I think just intimacy with the controls is already going to put you at an edge. I know that Phantom Ace came in, Josh, and he was like, I'm a content creator. Don't be fooled by the jersey, the chair. It's nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just play Rocket League. I'm like, no, you're a fraud. You're definitely the... And Blue's like, yeah, the pro over there. I want to take him out. I think Phantom Ace is my favorite to watch. I expect some big things from him. And then I am going to give it to the gamers a little bit over the artists and the models. No offense to Kix and Blue and Sophia down there, but I feel like this is going to be Mark, this is going to be Phantom Ace, and this is going to be Mike.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of trash talking of all these guys. Yeah, but we're going to have them 6 cars on the track, and it's going to be exciting to watch Das first ever race.
Here we go.
Always be yourself, and unless you can be a race car, then be a race car. And here we are with the 6 race cars on the track. Off the line we go. Blue the Great got a false start. He got stuck while we get the first big crash. And who's out in front? It's Phantom Ace.
It is a massive cluster. It looks like Mike and Mark have taken themselves down, as well as Sophia. As Blue did get a false start. He's trying to get it back together, but everyone is starting to ease out of this crash, and I don't think he's going to hold on to third for long.
Kixrodomis was sneaking around the big crash, and he's in second spot at the moment on the track, but still in front and very clean is a Phantom Ice. Mike LaBelle is still in the race as well, but Mark is a bit in trouble.
Yeah, this is something I didn't expect to see. Sophia and Mark are actually quite aggressive. They're playing some bumper cars right now as Sophia charges Mark again. Now, this does mean that Mike has gotten out in third, so he is chasing very distantly Kix and Phantom Ace in first, who've just kind of cleared all of this nonsense.
What a nice move of Kixrodomis going into and going through the tunnel, maneuvering out one of the other contenders, but we're in the second phase, so it's time for the boost.
And a quick check-in on Blue the Great. That is the face of Tilt. That is the face of a man who has taken his hands off the controller. He is not going anywhere fast, which means it's the Battle of New York right now between third and fourth as Kix and Phantom Ace continue to grow their lead.
Yeah, he's passing one and another of all his contenders.
Here comes the overtake.
Oh, here we go. And up to P3. It's Mike, but Mark. He's powering against, but already some meters between both of them. Mark in 3, Mike in 5th, and it's still Kixrodomis in second spot, while Phantom Ace slowed all the rest down. He's laughing a lot. I think he's gonna beat the lap record.
Oh! My controls are reversed! Whoever just reversed my controls crashed me so hard.
That was me. Sorry, everyone.
I just nailed someone, I'm sorry.
And Mike is actually just falling further and further behind. You can see from his POV, he's a little bit wobbly, doesn't quite know what line he wants to take. He's hitting the walls too much, he's losing too much speed. I think Mark is just going to destroy him here.
Obviously. Phantom Ace is out in the front in his last lap, and Blue the Great seems to be out. Some technical issues have taken him out, but it's Phantom Ace finishing his last lap, being the first ever winner of, hitting the wall again, of thus qualifying race number 1.
The Dizzy really giving Phantom a lot of, disaster.
Man, whoever did that screwed me up twice now.
Oh, we've got another overtake though. Mark is actually taking over Kixrodomis.
Yeah, right in front of him, putting himself into the sweet spot to overtake, then choosing the inside line. Will he make it before crossing the line? Mark crosses his second, and Kixrodomis is third, so he's going to continue into the final lap. We lost Mike, I think.
We've blown Mike away. Mark, I just have to really give him credit right there. He has been so solid on these boosts. He managed to get the double boost when he did the overtake on Kix, and he's just opening up space in front of this guy. There, that boost right there, that's the Mark special. Every single time he's hitting it, and that's what got him second place.
Congratulations to the first 3 we got. We have Phantom Ace winning, Mark on second, and Kixrodomis on third spot. We don't have Mike with us for the final, as we have Sophie and Blue the Great lost on the way.
And Ollie, that is the face of a salty man. That is a face of desperation, and we're going to have to listen in, because I know the excuses are coming.
The book of lame excuses. In real motorsport, like in gaming, we have them in both worlds.
I'm really impressed with Kix. For me, he's kind of like the silent assassin. I think he was quite consistent through a lot of those turns. Took his time, wasn't necessarily the fastest racer, but the most consistent, I would say.
I think it's just about consistency. It's about concentrating. Don't worry if you get overtaken, because you can use shortcuts anytime, you can use your boost, whatever. But I think it's time for us now to talk to all the drivers, and here's Dorian with the interviews.
Yeah, I see some happy faces, I see some frustrated faces, but this is what happens when it comes down to the competition. So we want to check in with the drivers of race group number 1. So, let's start with the top. Mike, you just said you're unhappy. Come on, you were you barely made it. 4th place, still a good result, but what went wrong, man? You're such a good competitor.
I thought I did well.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't pay attention to some of the boosts that were necessary. I know they said I was shaky. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was expecting a top 3. We knew that Phantom was going to finish first because he's a NASCAR driver in a second life, and this is meant for him. And you guys gave him the game early, which is just not cool. Yeah. I'm not with that.
It was only like 3 weeks early.
If he doesn't win the entire event, I will be completely disappointed. Any insert of excuse. The game was laggy. What else can we do? What else
The sun was in
I
your
dropped
eyes.
the controller. I was distracted. Yeah, exactly. I got a phone call, and it was an important phone call.
I
Start
hear all
running
the
these
good
excuses
excuses
in a row. Yeah,
With that,
all the
let's
traditional ones.
move forward to Phantom Ace real quick because, yeah, congrats, you won the race, but not only did you win round 1, you also are now with an amazing 23.5 seconds. You are tied for the fastest lap ever with the creator of the game. So,
oh wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
So please tell me a little bit about your experience in that race and what was that fast round? How fast were you going?
I think that was probably the round where I hit every boost. I didn't hit a wall on any turn, and I got really lucky. I think that lap was like a double boost power up, so that probably helped. Yeah, I also didn't run into anyone or get hit, so that was good.
Yeah. Then, obviously, like, Blue, please don't make that sour face. I love to see you smile. So, what happened? Some technical difficulties?
Yeah, I probably took one turn and then my controller, I don't know, my connection's just not what it is. So I was just kind of watching.
You definitely have some amazing racing skills. So I hope to see you next time in the next edition of this race. Maybe then the controller works better. Sophia, let us talk real quick. So for you, especially in the test race, you were doing really well. Tell me about your overall experience in the final race. How was it for you? You ended up on 5th place, unfortunately. But anyway, what was the experience like?
I ran into lots of cars, lots of walls. I just think I didn't have a very good grip of the car, but it was fun, and at least it wasn't last place. We don't have to talk about the reason that it wasn't last place, but that's something.
Mark, there are some serious accusations going around that you crashed into Mike constantly to bring him out of his game. What do you have to say for yourself?
I mean, like, it's part of the game, right? You got to avoid the crashes if you're a good driver. That's what the good guys do. So, I mean, I started with some crashes with Sophia at the start. I got some crashes with Mike, and then we snuck into 2nd place. So whatever I did, it worked. And I think that's what we're bringing to the next round.
And then coming to the end, Kickstradamus, you finished on 3rd place, so you will move on to the next round. Tell me about your experience. How was the race like for you?
It was great, man. I like to think of myself as a true underdog story. This is like my Disney movie right here, and I'm coming out of nowhere to take this victory. So they didn't expect it, and I pulled through. Well, the funny thing is that Josh is actually using like the full-on NASCAR race kit. He got the wheel there, he got the brakes.
No, I got the controller. I got the.
You just don't see the other pieces. Don't let them lie to you. It's there.
Yeah, I'm
Reach under the
using
desk.
pedals under.
Reach under the desk. Yeah, show us what's happening over there,
fine.
brother.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Want to see the truth?
First,
you want to see the truth?
I
Come
knew
on,
it, bro. I
come on,
told
go.
you.
Screenshot it. Screenshot it.
Modded controller, bro.
So, guys, thank you so much for that first post-game interview. Mark, Kick, Stradamus, and Phantom Ace, I will see you in the final round when we return to this race. And obviously, you guys, there's a big pressure right now. Everything is on the line. Let's see who your 3 other competitors are. We'll figure that out in a couple of seconds. Thank you so much for bearing with us. For the other guys, Mike, Blue, Sophia, thank you so much for participating. Unfortunately, you're eliminated, but it was a fun ride with you all along. So thank you so much for participating.
Proska, I think that was the great book of lame excuses I've heard.
You heard we call them Johns in gaming, and
Okay.
like Mike was just pulling all of them out, just excuse after excuse. I really want to pick up though with Kicks. I called him the silent assassin. I like how he's like writing his own Disney movie. He's like, I'm the underdog. I'm the story that you should really cheer for. Sitting in 3rd, he's gonna get another shot at Phantom Ace, the creator of DOS Race.
Incredible, the lap time he did. What a great thing.
Power of esports. He's got that esports content creator background. That's what you do. You just break records. He's a record breaker.
So he's into the next level.
Basically, yeah. No, I think Phantom Race very easy favorite right now. But the thing is he also got, I'm gonna say, not necessarily lucky, but advantageous that he wasn't caught off in the initial crash. So like while his race looks really good, he also didn't have to deal with half of what Giraffe and Mike were dealing with.
That's always, if you start in the middle of the pack, you get involved into accidents, you get thrown off the track, whatever, someone crashes into you. But if you keep your head clean and go out in front, you're the guy.
Looks much easier.
Yes.
Yeah, we say that when all your lanes win, then it's super easy to be a jungle. So yeah, he just got all of his lanes winning and just got to jungle freely, farming it up right there in first place for Phantom Ace. That said, I think we also have now Group B, so we need to determine who the next 3 competitors that will meet Phantom Ace, Kix, and Giraffe in the finals.
And we got another 6 contenders in our Group B, so let's take a look at them.
Hi, I'm Suki the Meganaj, and I was a finalist on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11, and I am here today sponsored by Göt2b glue, baby. I expect to lose, but I'm gonna have a good time losing, and I look the most beautiful on all the screens because that's what I do. So if you're gonna lose in style. That's my expectations. If they sneak up and let me win, shame on you. That's all I have to say. But I'm winning, baby. I got my good week. Ooh. Hold on.
Perfect.
You don't even need it. When you got diamonds, you could throw that off like Rose at the Titanic. When you got real diamonds, I just threw it off because I ain't care about it no more. Because I'm Rose from the Titanic. And if they beat hard, they would not get any Göt2b glue products, hair products. I'm not playing with y'all. And you right here in this corner, you look like you need some hairspray. So don't even try.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Queen Priyanka from Canada's Drag Race Season 1. That's currently airing right now. So I hope that I win that show because I don't know if I'm going to win this race. My expectations are to leave pregnant with Buck Army's baby. I don't know. I'm just saying how it is. Like, this is the thing. I know that we're all over the world, but you can't, really forget that there's this clear connection going. I'm competing for $100,000 on Canada's Drag Race, and Buck Army just hit 100,000 subscribers, and I think that that's a match. And I'm also super excited because I'm, sponsored by Göt2b to be here because we are making sure everything is nice and stiff. Right, Buck Army? Nice and stiff? It's a dick joke. It's a dick joke.
Hi, everybody. My name's Connor, Buck Army. I'm a live streamer on Twitch. Been on here for like 5 years. Play FIFA, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun today. I just hope to make top 3, if I'm being honest. I think the other gamers in here as well, I think they're both Madden guys, so I think racing's a bit new to all of us, but I imagine they'll be good. I think I'm just not trying to beat Priyanka now, to be honest. I think that's about it. I think it's slow and steady, like not try to go like too crazy and hit the wall or anything like that. So kind of just like play it safe and then maybe go for it if I need to.
I'm Wheels. I make Madden videos on YouTube. I also stream Madden on Twitch. So Wheels FL on everything but YouTube. YouTube is Wheels Gaming. I'm gonna win. Simple. Number 1. Oh, Bangle for sure. Bangle for sure. He lives right down the hall from me. He's gonna buy dinner if I win.
I am Bengal. I do football, Madden on YouTube, do a little bit with Twitch as well, Call of Duty, MLB, whatever I'm feeling, but mainly stay in the sports genre. I'm gonna keep it level with you. My expectations are to dominate the field. We got a couple people in here who are maybe a little more built for drag racing, if you know what I mean, but I'm gonna run the wheels off the track. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to dominate. I'm ready to win. My expectations are to flood the competition. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not paying for dinner. I don't know what Wheels is talking about. He's paying. I'm ready to take out everybody. I really want to beat everybody. I'm a natural competitor, naturally talented, unbelievable. It's going to be easy. I wouldn't even worry about it.
Hi guys, I'm Vicky. I'm a fashion model living in NYC. I'm originally from Hungary. Gaming experience. Well, I played a little bit GTA 5, but honestly, I think I'm going to be that contestant that will provide you with glorious fail moments. Oh, look, if I don't finish last, I'm already happy. But I'm here for the fun. You know, we're all having a great time. So I'm not really trying to beat anyone.
What a great lineup we have in this second pack. It's 2 drag queens, 2 football gamers, 1 model, and 1 FIFA soccer player.
I can't believe you said soccer. Yeah, I guess it's girls versus jocks. Is that kind of like the line that we're dividing right now? There's people buying dinner. You've got American football versus European football. I hope that they can race as well as they trash talk.
It's going to be an interesting one, a really good,
That's a word for it.
good one. But it's all about getting dinner, I think.
I think Vicky's actually in the clear there. I don't understand. Like, Buck, Wheels, Bangle, what are you doing? Like, tap in, mate. Like, go for it. That said, again, clear divide. Girls versus jocks. We do have some traditional gamers here, some Madden content creators as well as a FIFA player. So I think that they're like the clear favorites. But I think the mental game's different here, Ollie. I think if the girls team up, drag queens and Vicky, if they team up, crash. We just had a big crash in race number 1. I think you can take out one of these guys early on. I mean, like, what are you going to do?
That's a very good tactic.
To crash on purpose?
No, to team up.
Okay, I was gonna say, you're a terrible racer.
No, not at all. But build up and try to figure out who's going to be the one or the group, whatever.
The thing is I'm a hardcore drag race fan, and like, I'm all there with you. They team up, team sport, take out the guys, and then you can just like all go for the last lap. Drag queens eat each other alive. They are vicious. They are cruel. They are mean. So if like Silky can even keep it together long enough to form an alliance.
We had a lot of talking about eating, but it was the first pre-race interviews I've heard where not the whole of the field was, I'm gonna win this one. But why not you gonna win it? Or I think it was Bok Army who let Priyanka be in front of him. So that's a bit. I'm curious.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as clear cut as the Phantom Ace group previously.
Right.
That said, I'm always going to lean towards the gamers. Maybe I have my biases. I would love to see the drag queens show up, as well as Vicky tagging along. I guess she just gets to be an honorary drag queen with them right now.
2 of them. Let's see what's going on in this second qualifying race of this evening. That's race number 2.
Reminder, Twitch chat, put your Pepe hands down. It is wager time. Get those tokens. Who's going to come in first? Who's going to come in second? Who will come in last? Who's going to flip the car first? Who's going to crash it first? Top racers, 12 of you guys, if you win, will be invited to our community showdown. So get the wagers in now.
Silky, Wiki, Bengal, Priyanka, Buck Army, and Wheels as the clock is ticking down. Who's going to be first? We have the first 3 going on into the final. Off we go! And it's Buck Army who finds himself in the back of the pack, but there's some serious accident happening around as Wheels and Priyanka are crashed into each other.
Yeah, Priyanka just took out Wheels, but look at Silky. She's sprinted ahead.
Incredible. Look at how concentrated she is looking. But she hit the wall again and again. And Vicky was almost turned around, I think.
Oh, disaster. Silky playing ping pong right there, then allows Wheels and Bangle to sprint ahead. It's now Wheels, Bangle, and Buck taking first, second, and third.
Yeah, and Bangle... He got a guy in front of him, and I think it's Wheels who's leading the race, and he's ducking down in the wind shadow.
Oh, he's going for the overtake.
Wind shadow. It's called slipstream, but there was some joking in the esport community before. Bengal is now first. He got the leading spot as he left Wheels behind.
Oh my god.
Who keeps hitting me? Who keep running into me?
We're stuck. We're stuck. It's
I'm
me.
stuck.
Okay.
There we go.
Sir.
That's a move.
That's not good.
Thank you, sir.
Something is wrong with my car, guys.
I believe it was Priyanka that actually took out Wheels, but it seems like he did owe someone dinner after all, as Bengal now takes first because Wheels got stuck up in that crash.
Yeah, Priyanka and Wheels came together. We saw it out of the perspective of Vicky.
Where did Buck Army go? I miss him. Baby, wait for me. Don't run away from me. Who hit me?
My car is so slow.
Milky, was that you that just hit me?
I hit someone.
what a move.
Drag Race sisters.
Yeah, I think the conversation needs to be had, Ollie, right now. That for the girls here, they're gonna be lucky if they make it to lap number 4 at this point. There's a lot of bumper cars happening as Bengal, Wheels, and Buck are running away with this one quite literally.
Well, the good news is I'm not last, like everything else in my life. So this is nice.
Ooh, power-ups.
I got excited about power-ups.
My car just picked my car up.
No! Who slowed me down?
But, this is how it looks when your car gets taken off the track in 3rd spot, but no one takes the chance, and Buck is still in P3 as all the rest was slowed down.
Now we finally got the girls back into the track. Thank you, medics, as Vicky's finally starting to make some ground. I want to quickly touch on Bengal, however, as he's entering his final lap. Look at how tight. Look at how smooth. Look at how, I believe the word was stiff, he's taking these corners. Just beautiful hairpins right on the edge right now.
And Tanke, look how he's steering the car. He's hitting the apex, and it's not the digital one. He's just doing slight moves, and he's hitting the track right in the middle, passing some of the cars, lapping some of the contenders as Wheels activated his boost.
An old school Mario Kart technique. You can tell when you're watching Bengal's POV that he's just tapping the controller. He's taking his hands off. It's basically like you don't want to be gas and brake all the time. It's about that cruise, sometimes that coast. And Bengal really maximizing this strategy to get a very healthy first place finish.
Silky slowed them all down while Bengal crossed the line first. He's the winner of the second qualifying race. Wheels and Buck Army are still fighting for P2 and 3, I wanted to say, but Wheels crossed the line, and now it's Buck Army in position number 3, while Vicky is somehow searching for the right direction on the track. Silka and Priyanka are down in 5th and 6th position.
And of course, 18 seconds for Buck Army to cross the finish line if he can get there. He is on his final lap. He doesn't really need to push for this one because he's got such a healthy lead on Vicky, which means that it'll be Bengal, Wheels, and Buck to meet Phantom Ace, Kix, and Giraffe in the finals.
That's going to be a very exciting and thrilling one in the final.
I think first things first, we didn't have a false start this time around. Group A really struggled to even get off the finish line. Group B was much healthier there until we got, I think, to the first corner, and then things went a little bit sideways.
Right, but we got no technical issues at all. We got all the controllers were working, and so we got all the cars through the 6 laps on the track.
And it feels like we actually have a real contender for Phantom Ace there. We talked about Bengal's technique that he was using, looking for the taps instead of just constantly holding on to the joystick there. Seemed to be really reactive to those turns. You know, sometimes he seems going straight for a while, just a little bit of a flick, and immediately he can just flick his car a different direction.
You mentioned his picture on the camera. He looked like he was in his tunnel, like Ayrton Senna did back in the 80s in the Formula 1 car in the rain. So he was completely in his element, choosing the right line and just maneuvering out all of the rest of the guys in the field.
You've heard it here. If Bengal is Senna, then that would make Phantom Ace Hamilton. Yeah, that's the face of someone who's impressed.
Right.
He's like,
Indeed.
damn, girl, you understand. Throw to interview.
But before we continue, I think we should talk to the guys. Here's Dorian with the post-race interviews.
Looking gorgeous, Priyanka. However, we don't want to talk about gorgeous hair as much as I love to do that. We want to talk about the results of that race in Group B. And we want to start with the winner of it all. Bengal came in, right? And he was like, guys, it's not even a competition. I'm going to win anyway. So Bengal, tell me, how did you manage to live up to that expectation? Because, yeah, you did it. Congrats. You're advancing to the next round. You won the first race. So how does it feel? How did you manage to do that?
Let me tell you, Dorian, not surprised. That's what it comes down to. A lot of great competitors out there. They just didn't bring their A games today. And it's just we happen to work out on top, gracious in defeat as well as victory. I think everyone raced a good race. It just wasn't their day, and I happened to come out on top.
Nice.
Whatever.
I hear some complaints about that statement.
You got it. I'm pissed.
Still the toughest competitor, before we talk about Priyanka, the toughest competitor for that was Wheels. And I think in the test run, actually, Wheels beat Bengal, and Wheels now finished on second place. So this might be a fierce competition in the grand final. Wheels, what went wrong in the second race? I mean, obviously you're advancing, but I guess you wanted to come in on first, right?
Yeah, I got wrecked right from the start, which wasn't good. I lost maybe like 5 to 8 seconds at the start. And then after that, I was just, I think I got wrecked maybe 1 or 2 more times, and then still finished second, so I'm happy with that.
And then Buck Army, he finished on third place. Who do you have to buy dinner now? Or who will buy you
I think
dinner?
I'm good. I think just my girlfriend tonight, to be honest. That's it. Yeah.
All right. Generally speaking, then we have Silky and Priyanka and Vicky. Unfortunately, you all were in the bottom 3 of the race. It was a fierce back and forth between all of you. Tell me a little about Silky. Silky, starting with you. What was the experience like? You unfortunately finished last place, even though it took a while to get you to last place. For a while, it looked actually kind of good, but then I saw you bumping into Priyanka a couple of times. So I must assume this was done on purpose on your part.
No, I didn't bump into Priyanka. Priyanka bumped into me, causing a delay in my signal of my car. Let me just tell you this. She better be glad that we are not on the actual track, because Priyanka, you don't want to see me. I was up at first place for a very long time, and then I think that was everybody's strategy against me, to knock the fat girl out. Let's take our skinny asses and bump against her car. And they were just bumping me. And big girls can't recover once you knock them down that many times. So, I lost. But at the end of the day, I'm still the most beautiful on this live, thanks to Got2b Glued. So you know what? When y'all want some real competition in these streets, meaning you're the most beautiful in everything that you do, I may have lost today, but I'm still the winner because I'm the most beautiful. And when you are beautiful, trust me, somebody buy you dinner, Wheels, because you always but don't even play.
Priyanka, the most beautiful on the racetrack. Silky, was it you? But however,
you know what?
Look, baby.
He is a liar. She's a pathological liar. As you can see from my face, my dusted face, this cut crease.
Your dusty face?
My dusted face, not dusty face. I'm not talking about your crooked ass
dusty face.
Let's try. No, you know what?
You know what? It comes out.
It's crooked. Look. It's crooked, and you know it. It's crooked. Get out of here.
What's up?
What's up, baby?
What's up?
What?
Don't get
What's she gonna do to me?
Let me freeze you into place.
Priyanka, so about your race performance, how was that like? Tell me a little bit about the race performance, please.
Due to unfortunate circumcision, I did bad. I did really bad, and I'm sad about it, and it's okay, but I'm happy to beat Silky. That was my main competitor here. You can't have 2 drag race girls on the same
that ain't
track.
what you said earlier, Miss Thing. That's not what you said earlier. Let's not turn this into Real Housewives.
Look,
you said unfortunate. What?
You caught that. No one heard that. I saw everyone's face go like, what? I don't know. I should have done better in the race. I know. But the good news is I'm happy to announce that I'm still pregnant with Buck Army's baby.
Congratulations.
So we lost 3 of our 3 girls in the second race, unfortunately, but we got a big contender for beating Ace. Bengal.
That's basically what it feels like. It's like who could take down Phantom Ace. And we were talking before kind of about different strategies. You know, we saw the Sisterhood kind of teaming up there, trying to take out the jocks there that ended up being victorious. And maybe we start to see some alliances. We got 2 Madden creators, we got 2 FIFA guys. Maybe they start to team up, and it's all just about getting Phantom Ace before he takes off and gets in front of the pack. Reminder, Twitch chat. Put your Pepe hands down. It is wager time. Get those tokens. Who's going to come in first? Who's going to come in second? Who will come in last? Who's going to flip the car first? Who's going to crash it first? Top racers, 12 of you guys, if you win, will be invited to our community showdown. So get the wagers in now. Although Silky had a good run for at least, I'm going to say 10 seconds. 10 seconds, it looked great. The other 7 minutes of it, not so much.
It's the same feeling if you fly your first ever model plane. How long did
Before
it fly?
you hit the ground, it looks
4
fine.
seconds? Yeah, like that. At least mine did.
That's what I always want to hear from my airline pilot. Like, for the first 4 seconds, it was great. No. Okay, we're going into the final. It's a stacked competition. There is a ton of trash talk that's still left. I am sad to see our drag queens, our girls go, because I feel like, I'm going to say it, out of the trash talk, we've had Mike as a really good contender. Yeah. The drag queens have been great contenders in the trash talk, but it's really been kind of those silent, like, guys you wouldn't really expect, like Kicks flying really under the radar that have been popping off.
How are they called? The guys do not talk that much, doing their own stuff. Some called
usually nerds.
Nerds.
Yeah, I
would not call them like that, but
I think at this point it gives you an advantage, though.
Maybe. Let's see how they do in our grand final of this race.
I'm just going to stick to what I've been doing. I'm kind of just staying out of the way. I feel like a lot of people are playing the sabotage game, but I'm just trying to keep a clean line throughout the track, make sure I hit the boosts, and I'm going to try not to turn into the wall when I get dizzy every time. That definitely screwed me up last race. So
we come out fast, we come out hard, we play aggressive. If you're in the way, I'm not going to try to get around you. I'm just going to move you out of my way. So like Bengal and Wheels, we go back. I'm coming for them. I need to beat Bengal because I know for a fact he will just bring it up every single time we ever talk. So especially like this is going to be on like proof. There's video about this. I just can't lose to Bengal. Wheels can beat me. Bengal cannot.
I mean, he says he's coming hard and fast. And let me tell you, if I know Mark, it's probably going to be real early, which means he's going to come off to a hot start and then not be able to finish strong. So my strategy is just stay consistent and really last a long time, the duration of the race, and take out the competition. I'm aiming for second, and that will be probably behind Ace, but in front of Mark, which is fine with me.
I'm just going to finish ahead of both of them. So, yeah, first place is the goal for sure, but definitely want to beat Bengal and Mark.
Honestly, I'm just hoping these guys are worried a little bit too much about each other and I can slide by. I think my biggest rival going out there is the dude that picked up my car halfway through the race last game. That's about it.
Man, I'm just gonna go in with the same plan as I had in the beginning. You know, I'm gonna try to find out whoever Ace is talking to over there, and trying to get a little boost, a little unlimited boost throughout the whole race. You know, so I can keep up.
So these are the 6 finalists, and I think there's a lot of battling going on, as we have heard from them. Especially Mark is going to battle himself through the field.
A lot of egos taking place. Other than
Obviously.
Kicks, there's a lot of infighting right now. But I do like what they were talking about, this idea of the Dizzy being the most powerful. Obviously, the Dizzy is the power-up where it inverses everyone else's controls. So if you are starting to line up, take a turn, you hit the Dizzy, that can ruin your entire day. We saw that in Group A with Phantom Ace, despite his amazing time, really getting caught up on that 17-point turn to try to fix it.
Now, everyone was a bit struggling with hitting the wall in the not right time, but it's never the right time to hit the wall, I think. But making everyone else dizzy helps, definitely.
And for me, I'm going to be looking between Bengal and Ace here. I think that Bengal's strategy, Ace's time. I know that Wheels, the interview was talking about how, you know, he was that close to having the world record as well, but I haven't seen as good as from Wheels as I saw from Bengal.
You're completely right, but I think we have to take a look at him, at Wheels, because he is a fast guy.
In isolation?
When he's alone, maybe. Yes.
That's the thing, we're racing in traffic right now.
That's the problem Wheels has.
Yeah.
So let's let's find out what happens in the first ever final of this race. Are lined up properly. We got 3 contenders of the first qualifying race. We got 3 of the second, and this is all top C6 battling it out for the overall win. Off we go.
And of course, it's Phantom Ace with the pole position, which means he is first into the corner and he is starting to tear away while Bengal is getting caught up with Wheels right now in a fight for second and third. A lot of battling happening.
Phantom Ace with the same tactics he already had in the qualifying race, where Wheels was turned around. Bengal got stuck as well. They both got together.
A disaster for Wheels and Bengal right there, right into the corner, which means it's now Giraffe who is sprinted into second place.
Slipstreaming works a bit differently. We have to explain it closely, but whatever, you can hit the back of the car on each of the sides and turn it around. That's normal in racing and normal in DOS race, obviously, as well.
Yeah, and now it's Mark through the Mirror Tunnel. As you can see, that Buck Army is trying to follow his line, but meanwhile, Bengal is back up into second place and still trying to chase Phantom Ace, although I think it may already be done. I think Phantom Ace is walking away with this one, and now it's just a matter of who comes in second.
Phantom Ace already had his third lap. He's heading to complete it, while Bengal is still on second going through the tunnel. No, Bengal is down to fourth. Neckmark is on fifth at the moment, but he's struggling to find the right line. There's plenty of cars around.
I'm pretty sure I just saw 2 cars charge each other right there. There is definitely some shenanigans happening at the course, and unfortunately, Giraffe, Buck, and Wheels have been the victims here, as Bengal is now back in second and just trying to get out of this this cluster.
But he's not on the right line, but he's back on it. That on this very narrow entry, he just pushed them through, and now we entered phase 3, where the power-ups are activated.
A little bit of a help from Bengal there for Buck to get pushed out of the corner, but Bengal still with a healthy lead on second, while Phantom Ace holds on to first. It's now between Buck and Wheels, and Buck just met the wrong end of that turn, which means Wheels now sits in third.
Oh, so slow, so slow!
Fourth of the 6 laps, as Phantom Ace already is in the penultimate. He's entering the final, the last lap.
And now Bengal needs to sort himself out right there. That Mirror Tunnel is just a trap. I feel like a lot of the cars are just like beep, 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 like backing up and trying to 17-point turn their way to success here.
I think now everyone knows where the chevrons are, like Buck Army is just going over one. But, and he activated his boost, obviously, but we get so many power-ups in this stage of the race, it's just fantastic. And Phantom Ace crossed the line, he's the first ever winner of this race. Congratulations. Keep it tidy, keep it clean, be in front, and so you do it.
With a cool 29 record on his last lap here, is now it's about who's going to become second, who's going to come third, and I think there might be an overtake right there. Boom! Bengal through the Mirror Tunnel has now overtaken Wheels, looking back for second place. What can Wheels do? He's got a final lap and a final turn to make it happen.
They hit each other again. It's Wheels and Bengal battling for the third and second spot.
The tires are locked up.
Incredible! They moved each other over the line, and it's Wheels coming in second and Bengal in third.
I want to say it was a strong assist from Bengal. I think the wheels got locked up where the front wheel from Wheels was there, and it was just enough to inch him out that second place. That literally came down to the wire.
And Kick is still kicking the wall, trying to sneak around the last corners, whatever. We got Buck Army over the line in fifth, and Kick is the last guy.
Someone had to come last. It's okay, Kicks. Your sneakers are still fresh. Huge congratulations to Phantom Ace. I mean, we hardly talked about him in that match, but you just needed to check the mini-map there and see that it was just smooth sailing. Got a pole position, never once lost first place, was just cruising.
The one interview with the man, the myth, the dust race legend, Phantom Ace, aka Josh. Welcome back. Congratulations first. Completely new format. You're the very first one to win like an entire tournament within this. How does it feel? Just describe a little bit of your emotions right now, please.
To be honest, it was just fun. Like, I just feel happy. Like, I could have placed honestly last, and it would have been a blast. I was saying, to the guys earlier that as a kid, thinking that you'd be able to control like remote control cars with your controller on a computer is amazing. So it was just fun to be a part of.
Yeah, and obviously you are an official content creator for one of the best esports teams in the world.
That is true.
G2, they are very proud about winning all the time. It's in their DNA. That's what they keep saying.
Yes, it is.
And obviously, how proud are you that you can make your founder, Carlos Ocelot Rodriguez, that you can make him proud? How much will G2 enjoy this victory?
My goal in life is to make Carlos proud. That's my number one goal here. But no, to represent G2 and something fun like this is awesome, and give them a little bit more of an ego boost. Not that they need it, but it never hurts.
Then let's talk a little bit about the race specifics, because before the race started, we talked about you felt like the dizzy power up where the controls are inverted. This will be the game changer. Was it like that, or were you affected by this? Did you fire some of those, or tell me about that?
You know why it wasn't, is because I didn't get hit with it once. I got very lucky. I didn't dish it out, but I also didn't get hit with dizzy. I got hit with probably 7 slows in a row, so that sucked. But definitely managed to work around that.
Then, generally speaking, like just the strategy, how you approach it, like rather being like clean, focusing on your own game. Do you think you were able to was this now again the key to success? Because obviously you had like a head start, you were in front all the time. Was it like this? Could you execute it so properly? And why were you like? What was the secret to being ahead from the very beginning on?
Honestly, just a super clean line, like cutting the first corner properly. And one of the things that I noticed really helped my lap time as it went was taking the turns towards where the boosts are and not having to move to pick up power-ups, but already having my line passing through them and stuff like that definitely made a big difference.
Yeah. Did you use the shortcuts? Were they realizable to you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so actually before it started, I was looking at, because it had like the map overview. I just looked at what the shortest cut is from corner to corner. I didn't really care if there was boost or not, because the time, if you can cut a line straight through 2 turns instead of having to cut all the way around, you can keep more speed, and it definitely worked. So
you've been part of the world's first ever DOS race show. It was fantastic. Thanks, Frosky, for having me as part of the show.
Oh, thanks, Ollie. I definitely think that we needed your resume for this, because that was a lot. That was an experience.
No, I'm a computer dinosaur, When I was a child, I went into the arcade stuff and was happy when I found some Pong.
We just call those Chuck E. Cheeses now. We don't even call them arcades. Speaking of Pong, though, there was a lot of Pong that was actually still happening on that race course.
It was the only game we had, but we still have it some 40 years later.
I was more of a snake girl myself.
That came later on. I had it more C64. Whatever. Now we have computer-controlled cars driving on a track, and we got a fantastic event. We got a fantastic race.
And that's actually all you need to know about esports. The nice thing about it is that it's a global sport, and that we can all come together to compete, which obviously huge congrats to our North American competitors here, as well as the winner, Phantom Ace. I do want to give a shout out to our creators, Optimus, Ica Mobile, and Veritas. Thank you guys so much, as well as
göt2b. Thanks for doing our nice hair, and thanks to be part of this first ever DOS race. And thanks to all our guys and girls out there.
Pepper hands up. We're still working on it. Nailed it.
So, we see each other again for the next DOS race.